Hi everyone, this is Kyle with GameDbait, and I am going to be doing a video on farming and water physics. Now, I was playing around with this earlier, and I thought that this would be an interesting thing to do. I was actually doing it because I found a village, and I heard that in 8.1 or 1.8, sorry, that villagers farmed. So I was trying to test that to see if they actually did, and they were kind of doing it. So I made a bigger farm to see if they would. That's the one with the fences around it. They were kind of doing it. If I go over here, they're really not. I mean, you can see where they've done it, like right here. That I did that on accident. They're really not farming because I can't pick up the drops, and I'm not really sure where they go. So I just assume that they're picking them up and keeping them. So that didn't really help me any. Then I tried making an automated farm over here. As you can see, it wasn't working right. Well, it kind of worked right. It was going up, and it really wasn't doing what I wanted it to do because they were still dropping them normally, so I might as well just walk up and hit them. So then I was thinking, well, an automated farm. Now, these are pretty simple. It's very similar to a mob farm in that it pushes, it just has water flowing over this and then into one of these and then into a hole. Normally, for a mob drop, you'd just have them fall until they die, or into lava, or into something, so that you can hit them. But for this case, they don't have to go into anything. They just get receptacled. So I'm actually leaving it open for the sake of showing you, but I'm going to drop all my carrots over here so that you can see how many carrots I get. Now, this is not full. This is not fully grown. Some of them are grown, but these ones aren't going to be dropped by the water because of this. You have to have this here because if you don't have a water block, then this farmland will disappear. And if you leave this opened, the water will flow into that. I'm not really sure how to fix that. I might be able to get the water underneath it, but again, once I figure out more, I'll be able to update you guys. But for now, this is fairly optimized in that it works and there's almost no maintenance. I mean, you just have to replant it all. There's no way I found that you can automate planting. But anyway, this is how I set it up. I have the sticky pistons underneath here already pushed up, pushing these blocks up, holding the water back. I saw this in a really cool lava trap, and I thought, hey, I can do this with water. So you just have this little on switch with the lever that turns it off, connected to these so that it keeps the pistons activated until you want to turn it off. Now, the reason I'm using a lever is over here I was trying to design a delay that actually worked long enough to push all of the plants all the way down, but it just wasn't lasting long enough. And if it lasted too long, which I couldn't get it to last long enough anyway, then it wouldn't work anyway. So that's as long as it normally works, as long as the button is pushed in. This one, it's off. There. So it lasts about twice as long. But it still wasn't long enough. It needed to last about double that length, and I didn't know how to extend it anymore. So I switched it with a lever because that not only made it 1,000 times smaller, because now it's literally just one, as opposed to that giant thing. Maybe a 50th the size? Okay. So you just flip the switch. That goes down. Water goes. Now again, these are in the way, but then you just wait until it reaches the end, then you flip the switch again. Now, there's two minor issues. One of them is that the carrots do get caught right here. You can just pick those up. So you didn't break it. So as long as you don't jump, you should be fine. Because this is only one block high, and this is only half a block high, it should work. And then you go over here. You don't want to fall because you'll get hurt, but again, you can put a hopper down here. You can do whatever. Now, this is how many carrots I got. I got 64 and 33, and that's from them not being grown. If they were grown, that's how many I have to use to plant all of them. If they were fully grown, because none of those were fully grown that I saw, you'll get 2 to 3 times this amount per thing. So that's a lot of carrots. I'm going to just chuck these back over here. Because this is the little one I built. Then I built this one to show you how to extend this one. This is just, one wide pretty much. And this one's double that. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 wide, if I counted that properly. Probably should have been standing on the ground so it was less slidey. But here's the mechanics that are important to note. One, you should have lights so that things don't spawn everywhere. I added this as an afterthought, but I realized that it really should. I have it on peaceful, but they can do that. Second of all, this does not work with bamboo. First of all, bamboo has to be placed directly next to the water, so this doesn't work. And second of all, water does not destroy bamboo. Water will not break bamboo. Neither will lava. Nothing will naturally flow over this and destroy it unless the lava destroys the water source block. Or it doesn't even have to be a source block, it just has to be water. So this stuff won't work. You have to use carrots, potatoes, or let's see, what else can you plant? I don't know about melons. I'll probably do that next. But yeah, carrots and potatoes and wheat are pretty much the only things that'll work for this. Now, this one's double wide. All of these are source blocks. They have to be source blocks. These have to be source blocks. Now, the reason they have to be source blocks is because one source block will go 7 from this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then on the 7th one, it drops. If you have this going one more, it'll stop here. It won't flow over the side. Now, all of that here has to be 8. So 1, 2, 3. Hold on. Let me just stand on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So count this one as the source block. So 7. Now, I have these as gold so that you can easily see where it ends, because if it's all dirt and then I plant on it, it's a little hard to see. Now, normally you would have these as dirt and plant on them, so you'd actually get more. Then I did it again here, but this one's actually wider than this one, and actually wider than that one because that one has the water stuff on it. The reason this one can be wider is because the water doesn't have to flow over the side. Oops. The water doesn't have to flow all the way to the side. It just has to stop right here because the stuff will still get pushed off, and it has its own source blocks down here. Now, water source blocks. Now, I put water source blocks here and here so that it can go down 7, and then the water actually ends here. So if I destroy these source blocks, the water actually stops here. The reason I did that is to get extra length, and because again, this doesn't have to keep going. This can be on all the time. Now, the reason you can't just keep this on all the time is the plants can't grow. So you have the length is important so that it flows over the side. It's pretty much optimized in its length. I spent quite a bit of time making sure that this was the right length. And then the other thing that I did that I noticed is that when you turn it on, the water will flow here, 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 and once it hits this, it stops. It won't flow here. So the closer to the edge you get this, the more you get. Now, these will still get stuck, but then you can just walk over and pick it up. Now, the other thing I tried to optimize is to keep this so that the water blocks were as far this way as I could get them and still get all of them working. So I found that it goes 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's diagonal. That's straight in every direction. So 4 up, 4 left, 4 diagonal. Same with this one. 4 up, 4 right, 4 diagonal. And then the closer you get it to this side, the more in the front the water will actually knock out. And you can still hit these ones, but it won't flow it away. It won't flow these ones away either because the water will stop here. I'm still trying to figure out how to fix that. But as far as I can tell, this is as optimal as you can get. If you notice, this is directly against the edge. This is 1 against the one away, and this is 2 away. That's not repeating. After this, it'll always be 2 away. You can continue this forever. You can just go up another layer, up another layer, up another layer. And all of your subsequent layers are going to look exactly like this one if you follow this design. Or, to make it easier, you just go down another layer, down another layer, down another layer, so you don't have to redo all the redstone. But you should plan this out ahead of time. Also, Well, you can keep going up forever. You can also just mimic this. You can mirror it. So where this gold line is that gold line. So then you just, farm, 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 and then you go up, and then farm, 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 and you go up, and you can just keep going that direction. So you can have two mirrors, and they could be exactly the same on both sides, or you can change them a little bit. Like this one can be carrots, that one can be potatoes. Either way, they both go to the same place. And for this, I'm on a flat world, so this doesn't go down anymore. But if you put chests in a hopper right here, then you don't even have to pick them up. You still have to replant, so you might want to do that anyway. But this is to keep your inventories clear. And for servers, a lot of servers have economy. You can sell stuff. So none of these are fully grown. You can't see any carrots anywhere. But I'm going to turn this thing on, and I'm going to show you how it works. So this is the exact same setup as the other place. You just have the redstone going into this thing with the reverse thing to keep it on and a lever. Now this one I might have to keep on a little bit longer. I don't actually have to, because the water is going to flow and then push everything over the side at the same speed. So yeah, that one stopped. And let's see. Yep, and it's pretty much done. So flip the switch. Now even though it's raining, it's dark and everything, it didn't destroy a single one of the farmlands. It's all still farmed. Now, do I have any carrots on me? I do not. So I'm going to pick up all the carrots I can. So how many carrots did I get? Now as long as you don't jump, it won't break the farmland. So you can run around all you want. And now you'll actually get more because this is supposed to be carrots as well. I just have it gold for visual sake. I'm going to run over here, and pick up all these carrots. Now that's all the carrots except for the ones you'd have to break manually, which are 2, 2, 1, and 1. So that's 6. 6, and then you usually get 2 or 3 per carrot you break. So that's anywhere between 12 and 18. But this is how many carrots I got when none of them were mature. None of them were mature. So now this is how many it took to plant them, because that's how many it was. So you don't get these back. I mean, you don't get that added to it. But times this by 2 or 3, and that's how many more you get. So had I let it fully matured, you would have gotten 2 or 3 times this amount, and then you replant the original ones, and then you have 4 to 8 stacks of carrots, or potatoes, or wheat. Wheat will probably be your favorite, since wheat can be traded to villagers really easily. Wheat can be turned into a whole bunch of different things like cake and bread, and I think that's it. But this was my original idea, and then I realized, hey, this is stupid. Not only would the redstone be insane, but all it does is break them for you, and you can just hit them once and it works. So, and it wouldn't do anything. Also, I found out that pistons destroy water blocks, which is why you don't just push the water up and then have this as farm. You cannot have water pushed by a piston, or pushed by a block that's pushed by a piston. It destroys it. So I was trying to figure out how to do that, and I'm like, well, that lava trap, the reason it was moving the blocks instead of the liquid is because it destroys the liquid. So just move the block out of the way, and you're good. Technically, you can plant on this as well. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to, because pistons don't destroy this either. As long as it's watered, it won't get destroyed. So, yeah, that's my tutorial on how to optimize a farm. Oh, I missed 2. Actually, that's 3. So that there's a little bit more there. So yeah, this is my optimized little farm, and you can make this way bigger. Where this is here, you can make it double the size, you can make it triple the size, you can make it quadruple the size. And the only thing you'll have to extend differently is right here. And the reason you have to extend this differently is because it has to go, just like this has to go down to continue the water, this has to go down to continue the water. So for each 7 you go to the side, you have to go down 1 more here. And then you can do the same thing here where you just put 2 more source blocks and then you just keep going. And now because I'm on a flat world, I can't go down any farther, but I could extend this over 7 and that multiplies everything here by 7. Not the entire thing, but I mean it's 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 7 times 20, which is 200 and... Wait, 7 times 20 is 140. Sorry, I was thinking 3. So you get 140 more. Because this is, I think, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 15, sorry, 15. So this is 15. You add 7 to that, and so you get a lot. And each time you extend it, and you can extend it on this side as well, you get double. Because this is universal on both sides. You don't have to change this. And then you can go that way as well and just go up. So, but you have to be careful about the size of these things because it won't lag the server because it's passive. But if it's not loaded, then it won't grow. So if your chunk isn't loaded, it won't work. Also, if it's so big that when you activate it, that the things get pushed off out of your chunk, then it also won't work properly because it won't get pushed all the way down. So you have to be careful about the size if you're going to make a superstructure. Like if you made this 10 times bigger, which you could very easily do, you just extend it up 4 more times and extend it, 3 more times. That's 12 times the size. And then you double it time over here, so that's, 24 times the size. You can very easily make a structure so large that you cannot have it loaded all at once. Now here's something I was actually testing also. I know this video is getting a little bit long, but I just wanted to show you one simple thing. I grabbed this, I just dug a hole randomly, put water in it, and just farmed this huge circle around it. And this is all that's left. You can see where the remnants of it were. And 1, 2, 3, 4. It's all 4. Those are the only ones that survived. So if you want to optimize a flat one that doesn't have all this random optimization and pistons and whatever, if you just don't want to do that, if you want to optimize this, what you do is you put one here, wherever you map it out. You map out how big and where you want it to be in the corners and whatever. But then you go 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't put another one here. You don't need to put another water one here. You go 1, 2, 3, 4. Put it here because, that's annoying. The reason you put it here is because now 1, 2, 3, 4, you don't have overlap. You don't have wasted space. The same thing can be said for, and then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th one, you do it again. Now, the reason it works like this is, I know for some people this will be really obvious, but it doesn't waste overlap space. So now you have the maximum amount of space for farming, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way out here. And it actually goes even farther. 4. So with just 4 water source blocks and some flat area, because sometimes flat area is really hard to find, especially this size. You'd probably have to flatten this just to get this. But all this area is viable farmland, all of it. So it'd probably be easier if I was doing this like systematically, like one layer, one layer, one layer. But I'm just trying to show you all of this area, that big square I made, and it's kind of like a happy face actually now. Really creepy Enderman happy face. But now that that's there, all of that is viable farmland, and all you have to do, because you don't really have to jump, is just run and go blam 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 blam. And this is how I do it. Blam, 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 blam. And then but doing it backwards, you just hold the plant button, like whatever seed or potato, whatever you have, running backwards, and then you just go up the next one and back, and up the next one and back, and you usually get several hundred of whatever. And you don't want to jump. Jumping kills them. Like if you're standing directly on one farmland square, jumping will kill it. The other thing that I found, which is really nice, is slabs. Slabs are really nice because, and I'll show you. You already saw them up there, but I didn't explain it. A slab covers the water without, destroying the water source block. You can also just run up it. You don't have to worry about getting stuck on it. Like if it was a full block, if this was a full block, that was the wrong. You can't just run up it. You have to jump up it. Now, falling doesn't destroy the block. But if you jump off of it, it does. So I don't like these because you get caught on them and you can accidentally destroy part of your farm. And it's not annoying so much as, you don't want to mess up your farm. It takes away the functionality of your farm. So that's the last real thing about farming that I've learned. I'm sure there's other tricks that I'm not aware of. There used to be a trick where if you put fence posts underneath, it wouldn't destroy it when you jumped on it. But I couldn't get that to work. I guess they changed it. And yeah, this is 1.8, but I think that change was actually implemented before. I'm not sure how far before. So I am a little outdated on my farming techniques, but I think this works pretty well. This is a little one. And this is a fully optimized one that, as far as I could tell. If you guys have ideas or if you think this is a really good farm, I think it's a good farm. Obviously, the gold can all be replaced with dirt, and you can put more on these so it's actually bigger than it looks, and extend this way, extend that way. I consider this a superstructure because you can extend it forever. Or you can make it really small if you just want to start small. And it's really easy to expand on. Like this, all you have to do is blow out this wall right here, extend this way, put in the water source blocks, the pistons, and the water. The things, and these water blocks. Because you have to do that every so often. And the reason I put them here, even though there's overlap, is because they didn't have to be any farther towards the sides. So there was really no point to this. But if you wanted to, actually these are 4 to the side, so they didn't have to go any farther this way. And if you wanted to optimize it, you'd put another one 8. So there's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then on the 5th block. So yeah, this is fairly optimized as far as I can tell. If you see any mistakes that I made, or if you think you can improve it, please tell me. I'm always up to learn. And I wanted to show one last thing about this. It's like lava does not kill bamboo, sugarcane. Sorry, it can't. I actually had a few traps that had this, and it actually had a one of those on top, so that really nothing could destroy the sugarcane. If I destroy this source block, and the lava goes away, that sugarcane's still going to be there. And see, nothing can destroy this. So if you're in a server where enemies cannot destroy your own stuff, sugarcane is really good for hiding in, because they'll be trying to hit you and they'll be hitting the sugarcane all over, and you could be running and jumping through it. And as you're running through it, just throw lava everywhere, and they won't be able to get rid of it. And it's just a funny little thing because they can't destroy it. They'll keep hitting it, and it's like, you cannot edit here. And I had that in my base as well, where there was just a giant field of sugarcane. And when people would try to raid, I'd just be running through it, and they couldn't hit me. It was pretty funny. And, I mean, I could hit them, but that would be destroying my sugarcane. So I just ran around throwing lava everywhere. See, I don't like fighting other people. I don't like PvP. I don't like, the come at me, bro, I'm going to wreck you mentality. I know that it's fun. I know that people enjoy it. So, I'm not going to, bash people for it. It's just not something that I do. So all my designs are going to be, productive, creative, and defensive. So this is a productive kind of thing. This is the kind of stuff that I like. Here was me testing the water source blocks and how they get destroyed when you push them with a piston. So no matter what I did, this one has the dirt block in it, this one's just the piston. Both of them destroyed the water source block when I turned them on. So that's how that works. So I guess that's it. If you're going to be using one of these things, don't put the pistons underneath the water. Put the pistons underneath a dirt block, keeping the water in. And that's really it. And also, apparently if there's only one layer of water, it doesn't destroy farm. So you really don't have to worry about this being on too long, though I'm not sure if it'll kill it when it's dark and raining. So I don't know if that'll do it. I might test that eventually. I like learning the mechanics. I really like learning, and another thing I really like is teaching. I like showing people how things work. So I'm trying to learn as much as I can about the advanced kinds of mechanics in vanilla Minecraft, and I might move on to mods. I really like mods, though there's so many, and other people are doing so many things on those already. I'm not sure if I could really find a niche that's not already been filled 10 times. So I'll look into that. If you guys want me to do mod reviews, please comment in the in the comments. I'm interested, but I don't know. Again, I don't know if anyone would want me to do that because there's a billion of them everywhere. But yeah, I enjoyed this. I enjoy making these videos. I enjoyed building these things and figuring out how things work. Yes, some of them are frustrating. Some of them make me want to, stop playing with redstone because redstone is really confusing. And I still don't know what a comparator does. I'm going to have to play with that. Maybe my next video will be on comparators. That'd be an interesting little thing. Watch me rage at why they won't work. I wouldn't actually rage, but it'd be just really confusing for me. So anyway, that's my video, and I hope you had a nice time watching, and I hope this was informative or entertaining. So have a nice day. Peace.